Yes, I want to get started, but before I do so, please introduce yourself.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Lorraine, and on this channel we do what? We help you land a remote opportunity, and we do that by showcasing remote opportunities that are hiring, one, in the EMEA time zone, that means Europe, Middle East and Africa, and two, opportunities that are hiring worldwide, so that means you and I can actually land these remote opportunities. Now, like we always say, in this channel, there is always something for everyone. So whether you're a seasoned remote worker, or you're thinking of pivoting into something else, or you're just trying to figure out the whole shebang about remote opportunities, you are in the right place. And on today's video, we want to talk about some of the FAQs that I do get asked. Now, if you haven't watched me on my channel, then welcome. If you're first time here, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for your overwhelming support. I know we haven't done a video in the past month, but you know what? Better late than never, right? And we do go with quality over quantity. If you're here and you haven't checked out our socials, go ahead and do so, because on my socials, we post remote opportunities twice daily. That is on TikTok and on Instagram, Facebook, and X. So if you're here and you haven't checked us out on our socials, go ahead and do so. Then come back and let's do this. Now, on to our very first question. Who am I? My name is Lorraine. I have been in the HR profession for over 8 years. This is actually my 9th year. And I have worked both locally and globally, and I help you land a remote opportunity. So let's get to this, yeah? The very first question that I always get is, what function is the easiest to break into? And my number one answer to that has always been, drum rolls please, customer service. Yes, you had that right. Particularly for the people who are looking for non-tech opportunities. So remote work, yes, it does favor tech opportunities, but that doesn't mean that you as a non-tech girly or birdie or whatever, how you identify yourself with, that you cannot land a remote opportunity. Yes, you can. And particularly for the people who are seeking to get into or break into remote space, in regards to like entry-level opportunities, I always say customer service has the least barriers of entry when it comes to remote opportunities. And here's my reasoning. Hear me out. First thing, there is no degree that you need to do in order to become like a customer service agent or a customer experience manager or a customer support specialist, right? So there's no like BCom in customer service. Anyone, any single person, whether you're an engineer, you can be a customer service agent. Whether you're a doctor, you can be a customer service agent. Whether you're a nurse, a HR practitioner, a banker, whatever field you are in, as long as you're able to deal with customers, you're able to meet customers' needs, you're able to communicate the company's goals and objectives in terms of their offerings when it comes to products and services to their customers, then you can absolutely do a customer service job and you can excel at it. So the first thing that I always say, are you comfortable with handling customer complaints? Tick, you can handle remote opportunities as a customer service agent. Are you comfortable dealing with data? Again, tick, you can do the job. Are you comfortable managing customer feedback? Are you good with customer satisfaction scores? Are you good with customer retention scores, customer retention strategies? Are you good with basic customer relationship management? Boom. You can land yourself a customer remote opportunity. The thing is, you do need to position yourself to come off as an expert in the customer service segment or industry or field. Yeah, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Now that you have established that the quickest and easiest, and not easiest because the job is easy, right, but easiest in terms of limited barriers or very few barriers to entry is customer service. Yes, the role in itself can be truly challenging. So if you're not the type of person to, you're not really good with managing relationships, I wouldn't say like a certain personality would work best, but if you're not really good with managing relationships, you struggle a little bit with that, then you want to veer off customer service. but it is one of those functions or departments that whatever fields you have with you, whatever your educational background, you can actually come on with that as an add-on and play on that as your competitive advantage over every other person. The other question that I usually get still when it comes to the functions that you can break into has always been, what is the growth trajectory like when it comes to customer service? Am I just going to be a customer service rep until the end of days or in terms of my career? And the answer has always been no. The growth trajectory mostly for most remote companies goes like this. You start in as entry level, because most of the companies prefer you to join in as entry level position, because one, to be honest, you don't know their products, you don't know their services, you don't know their customers' personas, right? So they prefer to have you in as an entry level that is anything between 3 to 5 years of experience. Then you grow as you get to know the products, the services, the customers, then you grow with the business. And the good thing is, when you're speaking about growth trajectory, you can start as a customer rep, you can move on to a customer service manager or customer success manager, or customer success engineer, however the company decides to term it as. You can then move on to a director level, a VP level, or if you suddenly feel like, you know what, I need to veer off completely from customer service, you can then venture into like sales executive or an account manager or a BDR or a BDM, that is like business development manager, business development representative, etc. So really, it's a really good entry point for someone who's looking to break into the non-tech side of remote opportunities, and you're completely green or you really don't know where you'd fit in. I always say customer service. Yeah. The question number 2, numero dos, what skill is most sought after by recruiters, particularly in the remote landscape? To answer that question, it does need a little bit of background. Remember, as a remote worker, the only tangible way that you can show impact in terms of your performance and what you bring to the table has always been through data and numbers and data-driven decisions. If you have been watching most of my videos, we've had quite elaborate discussions with Kendi, with Ivan on how important it is to have data-driven decisions. And when you look at the remote landscape, that encompasses everything that you're going to be doing. So everyone needs to be comfortable with managing data, with making sense of the data that you're gathering. So if you don't know how to crunch numbers, or if you're not comfortable with crunching numbers, I strongly advise that you enroll yourself into an introduction to data analysis, or just like a full-blown data analysis course, and get acquainted with data, get comfortable with it, get comfortable with crunching numbers, because when you find yourself in a meeting, and you're most definitely going to find yourself in meetings with CFOs, with CEOs, with the VPs, with directors, what they want to hear is their language. And their language is what? Data. And that is how they do make data-driven decisions. So you need to get on board, and the sooner you do that, the better for you. Even way better if you can bring that out in an interview and use that to set you apart from every other applicant. So whether you're in HR, whether you're in marketing, whether you're in customer service, whether you are in legal, whether you're in accounting, right, that actually goes without saying. So whichever department that you find yourself in, I always advise all my clients that one skill, that one course that I always tell all my clients that I work with personally on the CV revamps as well as LinkedIn optimization is Introduction to Data Analysis. And if you can top that up with an advanced Excel course, then kudos to you. Go ahead and do so. But you need to enroll to an Introduction to Data Analysis course. So my go-to platform is Course Careers. They have an elaborate course on data analysis. I'm going to pin the link to their website on my video as well as in the comment section. If you're interested in doing a course with them, go ahead and register. And when you use my code Beyond the Savannah, you get $50 off of the course in itself. So register and get yourself a remote opportunity. Now, the other question that I usually get is, how does payment work? And it is really simple. The first thing that you need to do as a Kenyan or whatever your local country, you need to have a local dollar account or whatever foreign currency you're going to be paid in, whether it is euro, whatever. You need to have a local foreign currency account. Then you need to create an account with a third party. So whether it is Wise, whether it is Payoneer, whether it is PayPal, whichever you decide to use, or even Stripe. Stripe is a really good third party payment, but it's really not available in most African countries. So if you have access to Stripe, go ahead and do so. So two things, right? You're gonna need one, your local foreign currency account. Two, you're gonna need a third-party account, and that third-party payment solution is what you're gonna be sharing with your remote company. So say company A, you're hired over there as a HR officer and you are earning say $2,500 per month, right? So I'm gonna create a PayPal account or a Wise account, and that is what I'm going to be sharing with my accountant from my company. They're gonna be wiring money to my third-party account, and from that, I can always transfer my money from either PayPal to my local dollar bank account. Yeah, it's really not complicated. And that's why you can always withdraw your money. You can exchange it through the bank or just go to Forex bureaus and get a better deal. But that is ultimately dependent on you. You can also use platforms like Payoneer or PayPal. You can actually spend the money directly from those platforms. But then again, that is up to you. Rarely do they ever do a bank-to-bank transfer. So you want to have that in mind. Then that always brings the question of tax. So how do you manage tax? So when it comes to taxes, I need you to understand one thing, that you're going to get hired as a contractor. And what that means for the company is that they don't have any legal obligations when it comes to, them remitting taxes, them remitting, say, your pension, your medical to you, because you're hired as a contractor. Now, does that mean that you don't get to enjoy the benefits that an employee gets to enjoy? Absolutely not. You still get to enjoy your leave days, you still get to enjoy, and sometimes you get to enjoy like unlimited PTO, like paid time off, unlimited leave days, which is chef's kiss. And at the same time, you get to enjoy like your parental leave. So whether you are going on maternity, paternity, adoption, the really progressive, then you get to enjoy that as well. It's all included. You get to enjoy sick leave, compassionate leave, etc. So literally all the benefits under the banner that an employee would enjoy, you do get to enjoy, apart from the statutory benefits like pension that you cover on your own, tax payment, that you cover on your own as an individual, NHIF, NSSF, all the statutory obligations that you have in your local country that you handle as an individual. And the reason for that is because it is just easier for them as a company not to be dealing with tax laws, like local laws across 60 different countries or 70 different countries, or how many countries do you have in the world, right? So it's just simply easier for them. It makes sense that way for you to be hired as a contractor and take care of your legal obligations as an individual. So that is everything about payment and taxes. As a Kenyan, I would advise get yourself an accountant, and they're going to guide you through the whole shebang of taxes. The other question that I always get, which is point number 4 or FAQ number 4, is where do we get remote opportunities? My honest answer has always been avoid Indeed, avoid Upwork, Flex Jobs, and just stick to the remote websites that are continuously updated and they're posting remote opportunities that are hiring worldwide and across all the different time zones that we have, which we're going to speak on in a bit. Now, what are those websites? One, beyondthesavannah.co.ke.